Hi guys, this is Ryan Smith, and I'd like to thank you for taking the time to check out my video. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below, and that way you don't miss any of my videos. And if you like this one, give it a thumbs up. You know, one of my favorite things to cook on the grill is ribs. Come on guys, who doesn't like ribs? So what I'm doing in this video, I took a rack of spare ribs and I put a really simple dry rub that I make on them, and I can share the ingredients to that with you in the notes. And if you don't like it, or if you have one that's your favorite, I know everybody maybe has different rubs that you like, go ahead and try that. But I just put these on the grill and I smoked them. I cooked them low at about 250 degrees, and I used a little apple and some hickory for some good smoke flavor. And I smoked these for about 3 hours or maybe a little over, and then I took them off and I wrapped them in some aluminum foil and put them back on there for another hour or so and took them off, and they were just so good without even any sauce or anything. Just that rub and the flavor of the ribs really come out. But I'll go ahead and get started and show you what I did today. So the first thing that I did was, you first want to take that membrane off the back of your ribs if you can get it off. I know some folks cook them with them on there, and that's all right, but if I can get it off, I like to take it off because it helps let the rub penetrate the meat. And I think that membrane, it just gets all tough and chewy if you leave it on there. So if you can peel that baby off, it's a good thing to get it off. Maybe just take a butter knife or a spoon and get under there and a paper towel. And sometimes you can get it all off at one time, but if you're like me, I had to pull it off in 2 or 3 sections on this rack, but that happens sometimes. I also just trimmed up a little of the loose extra fat around the edges, and maybe some little extra pieces of meat on there that were just going to burn anyway. But I went ahead and trimmed all that up. Once I had it trimmed up, I put a little yellow mustard on there. You don't even have to use that, but I use it so that it helps the rub adhere to the meat better. And I just give these a good liberal coating of this dry rub. Like I said, I didn't even sauce these at the end, so I put plenty of that rub on there so I could get the flavor. But you just want to coat those on all sides. And then once I got those all ready with the dry rub, I let them sit for just a few minutes to let that rub set in. And I'd already prepared my grill. I used the Minion Method. Now if you need to know how to do that, I'm going to share a couple links to a couple different methods for using your grill for low and slow or for smoking. But I went ahead and got the grill ready. I got the temperature up to about 250 degrees, and I went ahead and placed the ribs on the grill and covered them back up. And the next step was going to be in about an hour. Alright, it's been about an hour. We're going to check on these ribs. As you can see, the color is already starting to look pretty good. They're taking on a little smoke, and we've still got plenty charcoal left. I just want to move a little piece of wood over. I want to make sure these get plenty smoke for at least the first couple hours or so. And then we'll check back in about another hour. Alright, about 2.5 hours in so far. Been maintaining a steady temperature. I actually had to close the vents down just a little bit. It was getting a little high earlier. We'll start opening them back up just a little bit now, but if you can tell, barely starting to get a little pull away at the bones there. I'm going to leave these till they've been on about 3 hours or maybe just a little over, and then what I'll do is I'm going to wrap them. We've still got plenty of charcoal. I'm going to put just a little bit more smoke on them. I'll move this piece of wood over. Alright, the ribs now have been cooking for a little bit over 3 hours, and I've pulled them off. I'm going to wrap these in some aluminum foil, and I'm going to use a little squirt butter, this Parquet squirt squeezable butter. I just want to put a little of that in there, and at this time you could actually put a little brown sugar. You could put some more of your dry rub if you want, but I'm just doing these simple today. I'm just going to put a little of this squeezed butter in here and wrap these up and put them back on there, and I will probably check back in about another hour. Alright, I decided to go ahead and take the ribs off the grill at this time. They've been cooking for probably close to 4.5 hours at this point. As you can see, they took on some beautiful color, and these ribs actually tasted really great. The flavor of the ribs, the pork, and that dry rub just all came out, and a little smoky flavor in there from the apple and the hickory. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Like I said before, if you've not been cooking, get in the kitchen, get outside, fire up the grill. Make sure that you're cooking. It's fun, and the more practice that you get, the better you get at it. And if you're like me, you like to eat, so I love to cook. I love to practice. But again, give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.